We did our Feast of Transformation ritual last weekend. We were a bit early because that's when we could secure the location, but the sere was a big hit. If you aren't sure what the Feast of Transformation or a sere is, I will link to our other videos on that below and at the end of this one. But one of the questions that came up was, what's a trance and how do I know that I'm in one? And I'll talk about that right after this. Hi guys, I'm Laura Giles, founder of Pan Society. Thank you for joining me today. We have a lot of new subscribers who are still figuring out this whole modern animism thing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can hit that red button now so that you don't miss a single new episode. So what's a trance? I know it can sound mysterious, like some magical thing where you lose power or maybe your memory, but it's not quite like that. It's actually a pretty natural thing that happens to everybody every day. If you've ever been driving down a highway and you look up and you're like, wow, I'm home already, you have no idea where you've been for the last 20 minutes or 100 miles, you're in a trance. Another example is when you get so involved in something like a movie or something artistic like painting or reading a book, the time goes by and you weren't aware of it passing. It's like this timeless space when you aren't thinking, but you're relaxed, creative, and calm. That's the alpha brainwave state, and that's a light trance where your brain is cycling at 7 to 14 cycles per second if you want to get technical. If you go deeper into theta, where your brain is cycling at 4 to 7 cycles per second, things get even more relaxed and you can start seeing visions. Normally when we're in theta, we're asleep and in REM sleep. When we are awake in theta, we usually have very positive spiritual experiences. We can access things that are in our unconscious like past lives or sometimes enter into the other world. Lots of healing can take place both in the alpha and theta. If you're someone like me who doesn't generally remember their dreams, when you're waking, you go from delta or theta without spending a lot of time in alpha. And this is because we don't usually find it easy to recall the details of what's happening in theta. If you want to induce a trance, there's lots of ways to do that. And the cool thing is, it's like anything. The more you do it, the better you get at it, and the faster you can get there. Some of the ways to do that are meditation. There are these soundtracks or musical tracks called binaural beats, isotonic tones that can quickly change your brain waves. Deep rhythmic breathing does it too. So does fast, steady drumming. So does certain types of dancing like the whirling of the Sufis or kids at a rave. So how do you know if you're in a trance? Some people say that if you have to ask, you're not, but it's actually not all that easy to tell. You can be in a light trance and not realize it. It's when you start deepening and feeling yourself slip into that zone that you start to get evidence that it's happening. If you start to feel emotions coming up, pictures, stories, knowings, memories, tactile sensations like your heart beating faster, feeling like you want to shake or throw up, those are signs of being in a trance. And if you feel like you can't feel your body, or if it feels like you're dreaming while you're awake, or just feels really good, you're probably in a trance. You don't have to be a yogi or a shaman to make this happen. It's normal and natural, but if you want to make it happen at will for the purpose of healing, it's best to practice it. As I said, it gets easier and quicker with experience. When you're starting out, I'd allow at least an hour to 90 minutes of sustained effort to get where you're going. Be in that state and then come out of it. Your mind has got to be still, and you won't get there by thinking or being self-conscious or asking yourself, am I in a trance? Is it happening? You just got to let go. When you find your preferred method, stick to that and develop a pattern. When your mind sees the lights, smells, breath pattern, or whatever, it'll be like, oh, I need to go into a trance now, and it'll just go there easily. It's like every time you do it, you're walking across the grass. And if you do it often enough, you'll start to wear a path and create muscle memory so that you can walk the route without thinking about it. Got it? So thanks for the questions. We get new people all the time who have no idea what we're on about. So do let us know how we can help. If this is helpful, please consider sending us a donation, and see you next time. Ciao.